You're listening to the Talk of the Tribe, Wapsie Valley Warrior Podcast, brought to you by Little Wapsie Communications. Their state-of-the-art fiber network is complete in Fairbanks, ready to serve your home or business with the fastest internet in town. Orin Mutual Telephone Company. Serving the area since 1911, Orin Mutual is a modern, independently owned telephone company providing internet and telephone services to Orin, Iowa, and the surrounding rural area. RTC Communications. They are here to provide high-quality, superior service to you, the customer, by offering great customer service and the services you want and need to work and stay connected with family and friends. This is the Talk of the Tribe podcast, coming to you from the center of Warrior Country. Here are your hosts, Zach Favors and Riker Oberly.
Welcome into episode 31 of the Talk of the Tribe podcast, our final episode of our inaugural first season. And still the same two guys sitting at the same old desk that we started out at the beginning.
With completely new voices that I've discovered over the last few weeks, especially Zach's voice. You used to be very high pitched.
We're making progress. I'm working on that announcer voice, you know.
Yeah, Blake has it down. He's like, down here, Wapsie Valley Warriors. I'm Blake Brewer.
But technically, we're gonna do a little bit of a flashback episode as well as kind of some reviews, talk about our favorite moments of season one. And we're going to talk a little bit about the sports going on. We're filming this on a Saturday, August 24th. So that means school has started. We had school yesterday. I know, great. It's kind of we'll get into the reason why we're back here. But right now, I just want to talk about how we're all doing after the big summer break. How was your summer?
Well, baseball went well. We asked Bird to do a baseball recap, but that was like 2 months ago. So I guess it's right.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, overall summer was a lot of baseball, a lot of working out, that's for sure, and just working on myself, getting better.
Yeah, for me, same thing. A lot of baseball, a lot of summer lifting. Football lifting was every day, pretty much, for in the summer. But I also had a job, so I was working. Shout out Schultz Repair, big red resurrection guy here. I'm wearing the shirt right now. I had my What Is Up shirt on yesterday. Shout out to the What Is Up podcast, hosted by Bubba Seaman. We were on that podcast, by the way, so go check out our episode.
Yeah, that was in our break, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
this summer.
That was this summer. So, yeah, go check out that episode. He's got a lot of other episodes, including an episode with Matthew McConaughey.
I know, yeah.
All right,
2 parts.
Yeah, two-part episode with Matthew McConaughey. Not the Matthew McConaughey, but Matthew McConaughey. But we are back from Riker was looking at it before. We took a break of 186 days.
That would be February 20th, the last episode that we filmed.
Yep. That is that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's more than our summer break. We were pretty much that's like almost since Valentine's Day, pretty much. A week after Valentine's Day, and now we're back. School has started, and we're here. So we're going to get rolling. We're going to start with our favorite memories of season one. Now, I did say we started we're ending where we started, but that's technically not true.
Yeah.
We are in the world-renowned, famous podcasting room here at Wapsie Valley High School. We are in the
storage room.
Intercom room, yeah. Intercom storage room, where we have filmed a plethora of episodes. But it is a pretty neat room. It's pretty small, so it doesn't echo a whole lot. But, I thought maybe when we do our season 2 opener, we'll start doing video podcasts. I've heard a lot of that. They want video podcasts. So maybe we'll have to do that at some point. But, yeah, this is our world-renowned, famous Intercom podcasting room. We lost the sheet that says Talk of the Tribe podcast in progress. So that kind of stinks. But, we're here, we're doing it, and I'm going to let you start. What are some of your favorite memories from season 1?
Mine, there's one that sticks out, the Curly episode.
I was thinking that too. Oh my gosh.
Or even, I think a lot of our special guests were, our first episode with Blake was not the best episode, but it was entertaining. All of our recaps, I like picking the, seasonal player of the year. And
Yeah.
I think it's probably some of the best moments.
I want to open up our account here on Spotify and see if I can find any worthy.
This was like a whole year ago. And
Yeah.
by the way, the 1 year anniversary was August 4th.
Is that our first episode?
Yep.
August 4th, our 1 year anniversary. I think, well, this will be my third year broadcasting. Third or fourth year broadcasting. So I'm going to go back here. I like the Coach Foster episode. That is one of my favorites.
All right.
That is one of my favorite episodes with him. I really like that one. I thought that was a very quality episode. Although Coach Foster, he says all the time he hates doing interviews, or he doesn't really like doing interviews. He doesn't really like that kind of stuff.
Marty loves it.
He is great at it.
He is.
He is so good at it, you know. And by the way, we need to do an episode with Marty. We need redemption on that episode.
Yeah.
We lost out on a banger of an episode because our audio equipment sucked.
Yep.
We need to redo. I want a third mic, and once we get a third mic, then we are just going to hammer out special guest episodes, you know?
That brings me to a point where, I mean, if you want to donate to the Talk of the Tribe podcast, or even just Wapsie Valley in general, for the football program, you can like buy a yard line. You give us $100, and you can get $150 back. You can do anything that you want with that money. You can buy a yacht, or you can give it back to the football program.
Yeah, I think all proceeds go to the football program. They also pay for like our Gatorade that we use on the sidelines. You know,
Yep.
Keep us hydrated. If you want to see us win, keep us hydrated. You know, that kind of stuff. But back to our memories here. Episode 7. So this was September 23rd.
Yep.
Or sorry, the 1st of September. My bad. The 1st of September. And head coach Austin Shepard of the Warrior volleyball team. That was a phenomenal episode. In fact, you were in, what was it, Cedar Rapids for a fantasy draft? And I sat here and filmed this at 9 o'clock at night with Coach Shepard because that was when his practice got over for volleyball.
Speaking of fantasy drafts, I have one tomorrow.
Where is it? Minnesota?
No. It's in Waterloo, but that's in like a few weeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Riker, very serious on his fantasy football. We have tried to get a fantasy football segment on this show for a while. We're still, I don't think that's going to happen because unless we make like our own Wapsie Valley fantasy football league.
Good.
Like Wapsie Valley players, that'd be fun.
That would.
That's a great idea. Some dad should do that. But the FFA episode was all right. That was our first big episode because we had like 4 or 5 people on that episode.
Yep.
The Curly episode as well is always a great one. Just trying to find our episodes.
I think we should get Foster on here again if he wants to, and also Decker. Decker always brings it up to me that
he wants to be on this. He needs to. We just need to give the guy what he wants. He's done enough. If you weren't at media night the other night, he as you know, Kaden Decker is our quarterback, our starting quarterback for Wapsie Valley, and yet when he announced his name, he said, Kaden Decker, senior, punt returner.
Yep.
Walked off. And, hey, he's a punt returner too. Punt returners are people too, all right?
Never mind the fact that he threw for like 1,000 yards, rushed for like 2,000 last year, but
yeah, is a returning touchdown leader,
Yeah,
he's a punt returner. Obviously the Marty McCown episode we need to redo because that episode should have been the greatest episode of all time, but it wasn't because we had bad audio. The head coach Brian Crawl wrestling episode was all right. That was a pretty good episode. And then I think that's about it for all the special guest episodes. Also, can we talk about the promo? The promo is phenomenal. In fact, I think I'm going to we're going to do our first ever add in a video clip. This will be about 40 seconds here. I'm going to add in our promo clip because we need to hear this because this is just straight gold here.
And you will, from our promo and our voices now, you can hear the difference.
Yep, so this is 23 seconds. We're going to play this. I hope this is the correct. I should honestly just play it on my phone because I have the promo right here. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play the promo. Hopefully this is... Welcome to the Talk to the Tribe podcast with your host, Zach Favors
And Riker O'Reilly.
On this podcast, we will talk everything Wapsie Valley, from what's up, what's going down, and everything happening around the valley.
We'll have special guests in segments ranging from Warrior Trivia, Screen Time, Story Time, and Scenarios.
Our podcast will debut at the start of the 2023-2024 school year, with our first episode debuting in August.
Make sure to subscribe and tell all your friends about the Wapsie Valley Talk with the Tribe podcast. And until next time, go Warriors!
Pristine promo right there.
Yeah, our voices got a lot deeper.
That was filmed back in August of last year, and since then, we have grown our YouTube page, so our Wapsie Valley Athletics YouTube page, to over 1,000 subscribers.
We have not grown our maturity yet, though.
No, we're still the stupid dorks that we always were. But we have a lot of fun, and we're glad this is back. And I think we're gonna now get into kind of why we're back. Why we're back here. So we took a 186-day hiatus.
Yeah.
From this show, and I think what got us was I started should look this up, because my first broadcast ever was in October of 2022, I believe. No, sorry, 2021. I think.
Right.
I'm trying to remember when it was. I'll have to look it up, but it was we'll just say a long time ago. I'm getting old. But it's been a while since, we've taken a break like this before, and we grinded it out, weekly episodes starting in August, and we were committed to getting the weekly episodes out. And then we both got busy with football, and we were doing broadcasts, and we were like, there would be nights where I would get home at 12:30 and have to wake up at 3 to come back here.
Yep.
That was the state dual day. We had a basketball game the night before that I had a broadcast. I didn't get home till like 11:30 midnight, and I had to be back here at 4 a.m. to get broadcasting gear and everything ready for state wrestling. And you do that, and I think that was when it hit me. I was like, man, this is something else.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just a grind, and I think we both got tired of it, and we decided to take a little bit of a break, and now we're back, and it took some, wanting to get back into it, but I was ready for it. I was wanting it. I was excited for it. I was pumped for it, and I'm so excited that we're going to be back. We're not going to be as
frequent.
Yeah, it's going to be weekly, every other week, kind of decides. When we do it, probably for the football season, we'll do weekly, because we got to get episodes out for every game, everything like that. And we're going to figure out a schedule, figure out what we're doing. And then after that, we'll see what happens, because we'll have a little bit of a break before basketball. And we're having volleyball start this Tuesday. So it's everything that you want in a podcast about Wapsie Valley sports. And you're going to get it right here on the Wapsie Valley Athletics YouTube page.
And that takes me to a point that the only reason, or I think most of the reason why we're still doing it, is because of you guys, like giving us encouragement. And telling us to not give up and don't quit, because you guys think that we're good at this kind of stuff, which is an honor to have.
Which we appreciate,
people that I've never talked to say that they like the podcast or they like hearing my voice on a broadcast, or just like, it means a lot. That small comment goes a long way.
The best part is that we got featured on the Iowa High School Girls Athletic Union, Monday Minute, for our Beckman Catholic volleyball broadcast, which I'm trying to find where this first broadcast is. I am really trying hard. I gotta remember, it's a long time ago, so I gotta remember when it is. I'm getting in the range now.
Like Zach was saying, that Beckman Catholic game, that was just a barn burner, and 5 sets. I think the final score was, 11-15? Wapsie came out with it.
I can't really remember what it was.
And, the student section was chirping at us. They were right in front of us. Remember that? We were just freaking out. We didn't really care what they were saying, and it was nuts.
Yeah, we were going crazy up there, and it was fun. I'm gonna say it's around that 3-year mark. We'll just say that. I don't know. It was 3-4 years ago. It's been a long time. I've done this for a while, and you hear the people. We listen to you guys. We listen to you guys' suggestions. We listen to what you guys have to say about it. And we're gonna make mistakes. It's just a part of a job. We're still trying to figure out what we're doing and how we do it. And like we said, we haven't done it for a while. We did the scrimmage the other night for volleyball, and we were interrupting each other so much, but we didn't care. So we were having so much fun doing it and being back and, having the headsets on and everything. It feels so good to be back. It feels like we're back to where we belong. We're back in a groove again. We're used to it, and I think it's going to be a great next school year for all of us.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think, so as I look at these stats here, I'm going to scroll back to the top here and figure this out.
I think that we should pick, at the end of this episode, obviously,
Our favorite broadcast?
No, our season 1 MVP.
Ooh. Okay.
I like everything.
I think here's what we're gonna do. I like your idea, so I'm gonna piggyback off it. I'm gonna add something to it. We're gonna do that. We're gonna have a favorite episode, and we're gonna have a favorite broadcast.
All right.
From everything that we've had up till this point. So, by the way, this is how big everything has gotten. So between Riker and I, broadcasts that we have done collectively together, or a combination of us, or Blake, whatever, out of the top 10 most popular broadcasts on our channel, I'm trying to figure this out. I think we have around 6 or 7 of the top 10 broadcasts we've ever done of us two.
Nice.
And a few of those are football because, it gets cold. People don't really want to come out, so they sit at home and watch it. And our most popular one was the West Hancock quarterfinal game.
Oh, don't watch that.
Yeah, I don't want to rewatch that ever again. But the best part is our volleyball game against Sumner Fredericksburg had 4.5 thousand viewers.
Yeah, and
4,500 people were watching that stream. And
I'm sorry, I have to give 2 shout-outs right now.
Go for it.
2 Upper Iowa players, my cousin Lydia Ambronia, just because she's great, she's awesome, she's the best. And then Morgan Block, she went to Sumner. She was the vein of the Wapsie Valley.
Her and Isabel Elliott were the bane of my existence.
Oh my gosh! God. In all due respect to those two, because one of them's going to Upper Iowa, Morgan Block, and Isabel Elliott.
It's going to you and I.
Gives me chills even saying that name. Like it's like Voldemort and Harry Potter.
I get scared. I feel like I'm just gonna take a 100-mile volleyball off the face.
I know it really is, because like those two, Isabel and Morgan, just have so much confidence in each other. Like when they played at Sumner. And that's something that you can't get a lot. That chemistry, you can just sense it.
You go back, watch that stream, and you see how many times those two connect with each other and how well they communicate with each other. And that's what good teams are built off of, is communication. Everybody's got to be talking. Everybody's going to be talking to each other. Well, everybody knows what's going on. Uh-huh. And that's a big thing of why we have these scrimmages, or why we do so much of this kind of stuff, and how important that is to win games. And you have to have that.
Some of that credit has to go to their setter, Alexa Bowman, which was only a sophomore last year, that gave those two those opportunities to connect with each other, get those blocks, no pun intended. But, yeah, all credit to really Sumner team, all respect to them and their coach.
Yeah, and the fun part is that was kind of a combination, or we'll call it a collectiveness of broadcast there. So I was sent some pictures from the nursing home in Sumner, and they were in their living area or their TV area, and they had it up on the TVs. And
I hope their volume wasn't too loud.
That would be bad.
Because me and Zach just yell.
Well, and that was so much fun for us, because it was we got to broadcast, and you'd sit over, and Blake would say, "Hey, we're at 2,000 or something like that," and it was like you go back, you pull it up, you see how many people are watching, you're like, "Oh my gosh!" And honestly, that number of 4.5 thousand is probably a lot bigger than what it was, because, like I said, you play it on 2 TVs in a nursing home, instead of it being like 80 people that are sitting there watching, it's 2 because it's 2 TVs.
Yep.
Or like the bars, or like Grumpy's and Costa's and all those respective places where they play the game. It could have been easily 5,000. But, you play it for that many TVs, and we're not mad. It is what it is. We got a lot of viewers. We're happy about that. But like I said, we are currently at 1.22 thousand subscribers. We just crossed the 1,000 mark last winter. We're hoping. I want to get to the 2,000 mark this year.
My goal is 10,000. We actually know 100,000. We need that silver play button. Got to get that YouTube algorithm out there.
If we get the silver play button by the time I leave, I will. Oh, I'd be so happy. I would buy us all new equipment. I guarantee you that. I'll take that oath right now. If we get to 100,000 subscribers by the time I leave, I'll buy us all new equipment. Everything.
We sound like every YouTuber ever in 2017.
I know. that would be awesome. But we have so much more to talk about, and we're going to get into our segments here. So I'm going to let you start. What would you say your first one that you wanted to do was?
Season 1 MVP.
Okay. And I want to do this differently. So we're not just going to have one. We're going to have two.
All right.
Riker's going to have one, and I'm going to have one. So this goes throughout the entire year, collectively. So you have your guy, because I have mine.
Let's do boy and a girl.
Okay.
That'll work?
Sure, yeah, I got that. I have mine, so I have my two.
I have Jake Shore and Taylor Boer.
We agree on one.
Really?
I have Taylor Boer.
Yeah.
I have Kaden Decker.
All right.
Because you think about it, now, as easy as it would have been to just say Trayton Sauerbrei, because we picked him for like 5 Warriors of the Week in a row, I'm going to give it to Decker, because not only was he a vital part of our football team, he's also a vital part of our wrestling team. And I get that. Not everybody did the dual sport, whatever. I could also give it to Briggs Bamey. I really could, because of how good he did this year in basketball. And but I think I'm going to give it to Decker, Kaden Decker, and Taylor Boer. Which, by the way, we're getting Decker on this podcast. Hopefully he listens to this. Then next week when I go out to football practice, he's telling me he wants to be on the pod, because we're going to get him on here sooner or later.
Honorable mentions have to go to Tucker, Trayton.
Tucker Latterberg, Trayton Sauerbrei, and
probably Reagan Barnes, Anna Curley.
Yeah, I'd say those two. That's perfect. I'd say those are your season 1 MVPs. Warriors of the season. There we go.
Taylor Boer, you obviously have volleyball. She's team captain this year and last year. So, and she's just deadly from each side of the court. Doesn't matter if she's behind the
10-foot line, in front of the 10-foot line, to the right, to the left, to the middle. It doesn't matter. She's a threat.
She'll find a way to put the ball on the ground. In softball, she will be the starting pitcher next year, because Anna is going to Simpson. Congratulations, Anna.
Roll Storm.
But
I'm surprised I knew how to do the right.
It's not rocket science.
I don't know. I feel like it's just weird though. That's just like a weird symbol.
I think it's supposed to be an S, or lightning bolt. That's what it is.
Oh, lightning bolt. Okay, there you go. Roll Storm. Anyways, so now, after that, we're going to get into our personal favorite segment, Screen Time. Screen Time. And we're not going to do it from school, because school just started, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do it from our last day of summer break. Holy cow, we have static in my ears.
Sounds like a rainstorm.
I don't know why it's doing that. It's done that quite a bit, and I don't like it. And it's still there.
Screen time here. Got to go through our settings. I haven't not done this in a while, and right now I'm at an hour and 6 minutes today.
I'm at an hour and 17. All right. Thursday, August 22nd.
7 hours and 2 minutes.
Holy cow, this static is just crazy. 4 hours and 1 minute.
Try to plug this stuff in a little bit more, because this is kind of weird, my gentleman.
There it goes. It went away. 4 hours and 1 minute. Now, I kind of cheated because I have a job, so I'm not allowed to be on my phone, but, I still win. Even at the end of season 1, I won all year. I think I only lost like 3 times. And I set the record for the worst, so.
Tuesday, I had 9 hours and 4 minutes. That's the most I had this
Sunday
week.
I had 7 hours, so that was my worst day.
Well, as we speak, college football is starting.
Yeah.
Week 1.
Week 0. It's called Week 0.
Really?
Yeah.
That is weird.
Week 0. Week 0.
Is that just because all the teams don't start yet?
Yeah.
Because Washington doesn't play today. Iowa does.
Oh, Iowa does not.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Look.
Guarantee you they don't. They don't play till next week. Trust me, I looked.
Oh, you're right.
31st. See, that's a true Hawkeye fan right here.
I looked at college football today, and I just kept scrolling down.
Florida State, Georgia Tech, though. Not gonna lie, that's pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good game.
Obviously, FSU is going to win, but it's whatever.
So now we are going to get into our favorite episode of the year. Do you have yours already?
I don't.
I think it comes down to honestly, I don't think it's that hard for me. It comes down to two, really.
Yeah. I don't even think that there's one that sticks out to me besides the Curly episode.
I didn't even have that one in my two.
Really?
Mine was the two coaches, Shepard and Foster.
Well, I'll say the Curly episode just because I laughed more than I have in a long time. And hearing stuff about one of my good friend Mason Curly, their little brother, was just hilarious.
I'm can I just be nostalgic and pick the first one,
I guess.
No, I'm gonna pick the one with Coach Foster. I like
Alright.
that one. I really do. I really think it was a great episode. I really think that's our first. It might be one of our best quality episodes.
Quality-wise, yeah.
Yeah, quality-wise, that was probably one of our best episodes for us being so new at it. But I think that was our best one. And now we're going to get into our favorite broadcast of the year. And I don't think it's very hard for me. The stakes, the energy.
Even though that we lost, it's got to be the Sumner Wapsie game, the volleyball.
That was not my pick. As you know, I'm a wrestling guy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a volleyball guy. I mean, that sounds weird to say, but it is.
It is district duels. That is the greatest thing of all time. The greatest. I swear, you'll find the greatest duels at district duels. The duels to go to state, district quarterfinal duels, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. District final duels. I don't know what you want to call it. But the duels to go to state, that's what I always call it. And those duels are the greatest duels you will ever find. And there's two of them. And that is the Wapsie-Lisbon duel and the Wapsie-West Hancock duel. And just because they beat us in football, I'm going the West Hancock duel because Derek Kilsenback just made a mockery of the fourth-ranked heavyweight fourth weight I don't know what 220 heavyweight. I can't remember what weight he wrestled, but man, he went out there and he was a dog and just got it done for us. And he almost had it pinned, but when you're there, you don't want to get risky. You just want to win. And he went out there and he sealed the deal for us, got us our win, got us to state, and that was one of the biggest duels I've seen. I would say the Easton Crawl, Lisbon duel, but the thing was, I think going into the match, I kind of knew Easton was going to win, and then he pinned him in 20 seconds. So it didn't really it wasn't really a barn burner match. If it would have went to overtime, my goodness, dude, that would have been been a good match. But I would have to go with the West Hancock duel. That was one of the best. And then to cap it all off, I left half of our broadcasting equipment there.
Yeah.
Shout out Mike Morris. He went up to go get it for me so we could go to state duels. So, because we were not going to go to state duels, but we ended up getting the equipment back the day before we left.
Yep. Shout out Mike Morris.
Yeah, we were able to broadcast basketball the Friday night, and then the next morning took off for Coralville, which I will say, state duels was a experience. I'd say it was carried mostly by the fact that I was broadcasting at a college arena for the first time, which was awesome. Extreme Arena was great, but I would have to say that duel to go to state was the best.
That was a busy week.
That was a crazy week. We had what was it? Monday was the duel to go to state.
Yeah, probably.
And then we didn't find out till Wednesday that we had a problem with our equipment because we tried to do a broadcast that night. We couldn't because we didn't have our audio equipment. And then we had Thursday night, Mike Morris went up and got Friday, left Friday morning to go get it and then brought it back Friday night so we could broadcast against Hudson that night.
That was also the week where me and Colin had to use the bad equipment because
we had taken the good equipment up to Britt.
Yep.
Wrestling trumps. Sorry about that.
That's fair.
I would say shout out Wyatt Forsyth too. He was a great partner for that. So, and also shout out Colin. Colin did a great job. Yeah, Colin for I don't know if he's really done this before. I doubt he has. I don't know, but he was a fantastic partner for basketball. He was a fantastic broadcast colleague for basketball. So that shout out to him. Shout out to Wyatt Forsyth. Shout out to Blake. Can we give Blake a quick clap it up for him? He's done a great job. He has done just about everything for this YouTube page. Yeah, everything. He has done so much for Riker and I. We would not be doing this if we didn't have Blake. So thanks to him.
Or Bergman.
Yeah, or Bergman. Thank you to Bergman, too. We'll give him a clap because he allows us to do all this, and he oversees kind of how we make sure we aren't too much of dorks.
Okay.
He makes sure we don't get out of hand. So shout out to him, shout out to Blake, shout out to everybody who helped us, everybody who supported us, everybody who has encouraged us to keep this going. We are not leaving. We're not going anywhere. We are here. We are here to stay. I've got 3 more years. Riker's got 4 more years of this.
See you in 186 days.
Yeah. We're going on a hiatus again, though. But
I think that's next year.
yeah, next
Oh,
summer
my.
we're going on a hiatus. But we're gonna be back next week. Hopefully, an episode out next Tuesday or
For
next
season
next
2?
Monday. Tuesday will be our season 1 or season 2 premiere, and we are going to be talking about all the activities of media night, along with the 2 scrimmages that have happened over this past week. Even though they both happened, we're not going to talk about them right now. We'll talk about them on season 2, so you have to wait for that. But is that all we have?
Season 2 premiere on Netflix, $59.99 plus shipping and handling.
Shipping and handling for Netflix.
Yes. I mean, this is big deal stuff. This is season 2 of the Talk the Tribe podcast.
There you go. It's a big premiere. We need our big TV deal. So we need a TV deal.
DirecTV sponsor us.
Yeah, I think we might be making a move to Huddle for our
Alright.
broadcasting soon. We might be making that move. I don't know if we're going to do it yet. We're still waiting on it. But if you didn't know, we use Production Truck for our broadcasting outlier here. So we partner with Huddle on a lot of things. All of our cameras that you see for our broadcasts are usually Huddle cameras, except for wrestling. We use a handheld camera. We use a Sony camera for that. But other than that, we use our Huddle cameras, which we love because it takes all the work off of us. Like our basketball broadcast, you can tell when we have to do it with a handheld camera and when we get to do it with a Huddle cam, because when we do it with handheld, you have somebody there following the ball back and forth while they're trying to talk. And then when we have the Huddle cam, it follows the ball.
Yep.
Which is great, because then I don't have to do anything. And I can focus on the computer and, do all this, and I don't have to worry about 8 different things at once. So it's great, but you got to be multitasker. You got to be a good multitasker to do this job. And by the way, we're looking for people who want to do this job. Anybody in school, anybody who's an up-and-comer, junior high kid, maybe a freshman, Rikers grade, if you want to do it, let us know.
If you want to hop on for a few episodes, see how it runs.
Yeah, we'll train you, we'll teach you, we'll get you to learn how to do this, and then hopefully in a few years when I'm gone and Riker's gone and we're both old, we have 2 new people doing this.
And no, you don't get paid, so
No.
don't even ask.
Nope.
You do it for the fun
joy.
of it.
You do for the joy of being able to call this a job. It's a fun thing to do. You get a lot of opportunities. You get to do a lot of very cool things, and you might be able to get to broadcast in a lot of very cool places. So I think that's all for us. This has been season 1 of the Talk of the Tribe podcast. We'll be back next week for season 2. But until next time,
Go Warriors!